How's life? How's life?
Man, life is great, man. Truly blessed, man. So looking forward to year 11.
That's what I was about to say. Is this year 11 for you?
Yeah, man, it flew by.
It sure did. Let's just put it this way. If I had come up to you to the combine where you and Deion were down on the field and I was seeing Deion talking to you and things of that nature, and if I had told you you'd play 11 years in this league, you would have said what to me, Tyrann?
Man, you know what? I'd have probably say how and how did I do?
Right.
Definitely blessed, man. Definitely grateful and fortunate. Came in the league, 10 years ago, and it's been a hell of a ride since, man.
Well, I tell you, 3-time All-Pro safety, 3-time Pro Bowler, and Super Bowl 54 champion. I would have told you that on that field. You'd have said what there? Through 10 years.
Oh man, I would have been grateful, man. Obviously, I've had a lot of great coaches, throughout my years, and I've had a lot of great defensive coaches as well too. And I played with like some of the best players, of this generation. So from Patrick Peterson to J.J. Watt and obviously Chris Jones. So I've been blessed, man.
What did Deion say to you back then, Tyrann? What did he say?
Well, I remember Deion visited me when I was in Florida training with Patrick Peterson's dad, and he was always in support of me, right? Like he was always encouraging, and he would always give me these words of advice to just stay focused and stay committed to football, and obviously keep God first, and try your best to keep great people around you. So I was always thankful for Deion and all the encouraging words that he gives me, and he still gives me to this day.
And a lot of folks are wondering, with him about being real or just putting on an act, and coaching is just another vehicle for him. But this is another example of he's always been coaching. It's just now he's doing it with just a whistle around his neck, Tyrann?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's always been, that kind of person. Obviously he's self-motivated, right? And I think we all kind of, know that from his playing days. He always believes in himself, and, his abilities and what he can do. And but I was always grateful because he always tried to pour that, into me. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, I always was grateful, to kind of hear his voice. And, like I said, still to this day, he's still one of those encouraging voices, in my ear.
And I always tell truth with you and you with me, and that's why I love having you on, as we have real conversations. Tyrann Mathieu, is when he was pouring it into you, and a lot of people thought it was a waste of time to pour anything into you, right, Tyrann?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd probably say Deion, and along with Patrick Peterson, I think both of those guys, because I thought they really knew me. Right. And, whereas, on the outside, I think a lot of people can, get caught up in the moniker, right? The honey badger. And, maybe they, saw me tweet something on Twitter, right? Or maybe they, saw me playing a game and they kind of formed their own perspective of me. Whereas I think with those two guys, we've had a lot of conversations, right? Like we've been to a lot of dinners together. We've shared a lot of family space. So, he definitely knew like the real Tyrann, right? And I think that was encouraging for him to, keep trying to motivate me.
When did things turn for you? That something like the way we started our interview, 11th year in the league, Super Bowl ring, multiple Pro Bowls, multiple All-Pro lists. When did things turn for you to allow all of this to happen?
Yeah, well, I think the shift really for me was, obviously not playing my last year, at LSU in 2012, right? And, getting arrested, right, that fall, right? And, having all these expectations, right? And, obviously, having to declare for the draft and, having to move to Florida, right? And to kind of start working out and training and, be around Pat P. Dad. And so I'd probably say right around that time, right? Like as the combine's approaching, I had a lot of tough interviews, during the combine cycle, right? And, for me to be able to kind of sit in that fire, to be honest with myself, to be honest with other people, I think that was like the moment, or the phase where, things kind of really started to kind of turn a corner for me. And, I think once the Cardinals drafted me, and then being able to kind of play with Pat, and then being in the locker room with, Larry Fitzgerald, and Calais Campbell. Like, I think those were like the three big brothers, I needed, as a 20-year-old. So, I give those guys a lot of credit for, embracing me and, teaching me the game, outside the game.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.